All right, my family and friends, I remember you subscribe and share this YouTube video to go viral. Here is the Kumasi City TV.
Kevin Taylor insults. Mahama must apologize. Maurice Ampaw. There is a lawyer by name Maurice Ampaw. I've never taken him serious. Never ever. Because when he speaks, I don't see any seriousness around him. I decided to do a small research into him. And I realized that he's actually won a number of cases. Maybe he has something in him that I don't see. But anytime I look at him, in fact, he's like a comedian who is not serious to me. I don't know what you think about him. This is Maurice Ampaw. Now, to those who have never seen this guy, can I run you a short dose here? Come here and watch the dose here. Watch this. Dr. Maurice Kwabena Ampaw is even a doctor. He's a prominent, highly vocal and controversial legal practitioner, lecturer, and social commentator from Ghana. He's widely recognized for his frequent appearances in Ghanaian media, his outspoken legal opinions on high-profile entertainment and political issues, and his work in civil society. He was born on the 24th of September, same month I was born in 1968, 6 years before I was born. His father was the late Gibson Dochi Ampaw, a radical lawyer and a minister of health, a government minister under the Dr. Kofi Abrifa-Busia administration. His mother was Gladys Darkon. They are both gone into eternity. Following his parents' divorce, he was only 2 years old. Ampaw grew up with a single mother. They moved from a large family home into a single-room apartment in Sukura, a low-income suburb, that's ghetto Sukura in Accra, where he experienced significant early financial hardships, even though his own father was not poor. He was a minister of state. He was raised by a single parent. He went through hardships in Sukura. Now I understand why he behaves the way he does, and you will get to know it today. He attended Laboni Secondary School for his A-levels, where he excelled academically. Although he initially wanted to pursue political science and sociology and tried to intentionally fail his law exams to avoid the profession, he consistently passed. Do you understand that? He didn't like law. His brother was pushing him, do the law so that you can succeed your father. Maybe show your father that he didn't really give you parental love. But you too, you have become the lawyer that he is, and even bigger. He didn't like law. He didn't like it. He hated it. So anytime he went to write anything law, he intentionally wrote wrong answers so that he would fail. But he consistently passed. He hated law. He was pushed, listen, the word pushed into law by his brother, Kwame Ampaw, to carry on their father's legal legacy. So it's like, I don't really like the profession. But once I found myself into it, I mean, fun biara biara. Do you get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. Ampaw says that he is one of the country's most formidable independent lawyers, boasting a track record of winning over 300 cases, primarily focusing on human rights. He is the founder and executive director of the Legal Advocacy Foundation, an organization designed to bring legal education and justice closer to ordinary Ghanaian citizens. And outside the courtroom, he has worked as a university lecturer for well over a decade. He has taught subjects like business law, company law, and media law at several tertiary institutions, including Central University, All Nations University, and the Ghana Institute of Journalism, GIJ. This is the man we're talking about. My brother, my sister, he frequently wades into celebrity scandals, marital disputes, and social issues, hosting programs like Mrani Abrabomunsen on Woon to Me TV, another low-quality TV station that is owned by a man that is said to be a kingpin of Galamsey, Chairman Woon to Me. That's where they sit and throw all the gibberish. This guy called Maurice Ampaw and some other people around him. Though he claims to avoid formal political roles, even previously declining mentorship from Nana Akufo-Addo, he is highly expressive about Ghanaian politics. Notably, before the 2024 general elections, he vowed to relocate to Togo if John Dramani Mahama won. Following Mahama's victory and inauguration, Ampaw publicly retracted the statement on Ghana, dismissing it as mere political rhetoric. The jokers that they are, they can never be taken serious. They bleach their identity away. They now look like chameleons. It's a shame. A guy with this track record, you teach students in different universities, including the GIJ, and you are giving them a legacy of not sticking to your words. It's a shame, isn't it? He remains a vocal analyst on governance, recently cautioning the ruling administration against selective justice regarding anti-corruption access recovery programs. He was married to his childhood friend, Evelyn Ampaw, whom he dated for 15 years before marrying. He has publicly shared that during their first 2 years of marriage, when he lacked a stable job, his wife was the primary breadwinner. The couple waited 10 years before being blessed with children, eventually welcoming a set of twins, a boy and a girl. Sadly, the young lady Evelyn passed on at the age of 48. May her soul rest in peace. This is Maurice Ampaw. He has said something. Let's go listen to what he said. And when we return, we shall break it into pieces and make sense out of it. Watch this.
I think that is needless. We need to be very, very tactful and strategic in the way we handle issues of free speech. Free speech should be encouraged. There's no need for us to suppress free speech, because it is the way by which people express their frustration and anger, and it's guaranteed by the Constitution. And I think that the government of the day can do better by rather encouraging free speech and also using stakeholders meeting, the political parties, and the chiefs, the religious leaders, the media houses. Let's have a stakeholders meeting and address the issue of hate speech or false news and abuse of the media space or social media space. Once that is done, then there will be a communique as to the way forward. Another thing that the president must also come out clean first by apologizing to the people of Ghana that he actually benefited from media attack and insults, because people associated to his party were guilty whilst he was in opposition. Therefore, first he has to apologize to the people of Ghana, and then secondly he has to have a stakeholders meeting to ensure that we address the issue once and for all. And then they should not use arrest and remand. It's not going to help. Arrest and remand is a way of abusing the expectation of people. I think what ought to be done is we should have a way where even when the cases are brought for court, judges must grant bail and also allow what we call alternative dispute resolution (ADR). Let's refer these matters, which are misdemeanor, to ADR courts and out of court settlements. It's a way by which we promote justice by not using criminal justice system, by not using the orthodox means of remanding, trial, and jailing. So I think that we need to look at it critically and ensure that we use the necessary appropriate strategy to curb the abuses on the media space than to go hard at your enemies. And you can see that it is only the opposition party, food soldiers and communicators, bloggers who are being arrested. Meanwhile, the president's own media houses, those pro-NDC media houses are free, insulting, attacking, bullying in social media. See, so if you do that, you are not resolving the issue. You are creating an impression where it's like.
This is Maurice Ampaw. He says the NDC media houses are left free to insult and say anything at all. Which are the NDC media houses? Normally, when they talk about this, they are referring to people like Kelvin Taylor. Oh, he's throwing all the insults all over the. Of course, he uses insults a lot of the time. Oh, yes. But he is from the NPP. That's where he learnt the insults. That's where he learnt the insults. In the days of John Dramani Mahama, Muntie 3, they got arrested under his regime, locked up for threatening judges. If they belong to the opposition today, they would have said it's a witch hunt. Can I repeat it? When Mahama was in power, we had the Muntie 3. They were on Muntie FM threatening judges. And they were picked up. Under the watch of Mahama, they were thrown in jail. Yes, Mahama used his constitutional right and power to pull them out after about a month of being in there or more. When they came out, they repented. And when they tell you what they went through in there, it wasn't easy. And some of them realized that no politician can save a man when his time is up. No medicine can heal the healer when his time is up. That is why we all have to be careful. You can throw the insults, you can jab, you can misbehave, but when you are locked in there, it's only you and your God. Like Abronya saw. Abronya has been locked up several times. I am not an advocate of harassment and the fight against freedom of speech. And I would always say this. But I'm also not an advocate of careless speech. Freedom of speech is not absolute. You can't say because of freedom of speech, you go out and say you are going to rape all the women in this area or in this profession. You are going to bomb this place. You are going to slap this person. You are going to kill that person. That is not freedom of speech. You will be arrested by any serious country. My brother, my sister, Abronye said a lot of things, and I don't want to go into that. Now, when they say this, they bring Kelvin Taylor in. Kelvin Taylor is sitting in America. If he was in Ghana, I am sure that our judiciary would have gone after him for whatever he says that is wrong. I am here saying what I say all these years. I've never been locked up. I believe it's because I speak with sense. And Ghanaians have realized after some time that I do not belong to any political party. Never. I belong to Ghana. And I've always made it clear. I've never had a party card. Never belonged to any political party. And the track record is here to show. In the days of the NPP, early Nana Addo, go and listen to the tapes. How we praise Nana Addo. We're ready to support him and push him into action. I love Nana Addo so much. There was even a performance I went for at the UK embassy there, the consulate there, here in Accra. I was invited for a performance. And I saw him there. I was so excited. He was sitting down there like we do as traditional people. You go and sing, and then in front of him, you show him some respect, and maybe you stretch a hand and he can just shake. We've seen it happen in so many countries. When I went and sang around him, knowing I was a big supporter of him, I stretched my hand. He was stretching his hand to also hold my hand when his bodyguards hit my hand. Ah! A singer, a performer. This is not a terrorist. I don't know what kind of security they were giving to that man. That a performer on stage who is well known would plant weapons in his hand. The same hand holding the microphone. In fact, embarrassed, I went out and I was, on stage doing my things. When I started sweating and the sweat went there, I felt some sharp pain. When I looked, I realized that there was blood coming up. I don't know what that guy used to hit my hand. And if the tapes are there, you can still go back and watch them. Just to show love to a man who I had praised and loved. He hit me. But of course, that was not Nana Addo. I'm just telling you this story so you get to know how much I valued him until I realized he was useless. Absolutely. I don't support useless people. If today Mahama becomes useless, I won't support him. We are only supporting Mahama because of food biapa. I can foresee who food biapa. Today, if Mahama starts stealing, his appointees are stealing and misbehaving, the first person who would talk will be me. Same way, if Mahama is doing well, I should be the first person to support, praise. Maurice Ampaw says Mahama should apologize for being a beneficiary of insults in politics. And we ask, insults from who? If you're asking for an apology, be straight. Tell us, this person was insulting people on your behalf. Did Mahama sanction those? Was he the one who told them to go and do that? What link has Mahama got with them? Are they linked to the party in a way? Are they party communicators? If yes, then there is a point there. But if you have an NPP man who has become so angry with the party, decided to leave the country and go and sit in America and fire you out of anger that you have messed up the country, then you go and ask the NDC to deal with him. How? How? It's a big question. So for Maurice Ampaw, with all respect, bros, all the insults must stop. We Ghanaians can stop it. We stop listening to insults. But go to the channels of those so-called insulters, Abronya's channel, and see the number of NPP people they're supporting him. Go to Kelvin Taylor. There are people there who are supporting the fight. Okay? If these are the people you say are insulting for the two different parties, and people are still supporting, it means that anything that I support might just continue. What do? We all as a nation must stand against the politics of insult. Morally, let us abandon every radio program, TV program, online program. That is a program that just insults. When we do that, we are pushing the people to be decorous. Am I making sense? But if a man comes and says, Abuwa Kwasia, and 1 million people go to watch him, and I come and I say, oh, you know, there's that, and only 2 people are listening to me on radio, 2 people are watching me on TV, 1 person online, how am I encouraged to continue? That's when the law should also work to deal with such things. And when we begin to deal with those things, then there's trouble, harassment. Mahama can only apologize if those so-called people who were insulting Mahama's political opponents actually were party communicators, official. Then the party must bear responsibility. If not so, you cannot go to NPP and say, Shini Jonas, deal with him because he's a member or he's a supporter of the NPP. Or NDC, go and hold Shini Jonas responsible. Or some other guys that I see once in a while, forgetting their names. Let us support free speech that makes sense, not free speech that breaks us apart. Is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, where we speak truth to power.
Please, then I remember you to subscribe and share this YouTube video to go viral for more videos. Leave your comment to the comment section. Here is Kumasi City TV. Subscribe for more. Thank you. God bless you for your good listener. Next time we shall meet.